Markets trading rather mixed right now. You get the Dow off a bit here after what a day we had yesterday. But look at that, guys. We're still above 26,000 right now. S&P trading higher barely, and NASDAQ barely trading higher. I love saying 7,309. Can you believe it on the NASDAQ? It's actually on pace for its second straight record close as the Dow turns negative here after hitting that new all-time high just earlier today. I mean, just an amazing, amazing market right now. Well, joining me with his insights on all of it is the editor and publisher of the Gartman Letter, Dennis Gartman. Hey, Dennis, it's been a while. Good to see you.
Trish, it's great to see you. It has been a while. Thank you for having me on.
And here we are at 26,000. Who would have thought?
Holly, who would have thought? I must admit, I thought it was overpriced when it was at 23. I thought it was overpriced at 24, 25. But we are in the midst of a great bull market that probably will continue. I tell people when asked how far can it go, the only response I have after being in the markets for 40 years is it'll continue to go up until it stops. We'll walk in one day. I mean, honestly, there's wisdom in that.
Well, there is. I mean, because, but that said, I hear you. You know, you kind of got nervous around the 22, 23, 24
Sure.
level. But the difference now, Dennis, is we actually have economic reform that has been accomplished, that will be implemented into our economy, and that we're starting to see real results from. I mean, $350 billion from Apple coming back to work for us, 20,000 jobs, bonuses for employees. I mean, that's actually meaningful.
Tax cuts are in effect. Cuts in regulations are in effect. And consumer sentiment is extremely strong. So you have that. Plus, for the first time in a very long period of time, you have a synchronous movement in the global global economy. You have strength in Europe. You have strength in Asia. You have strength in Africa. You have strength in Australia. You have strength here in North America. It's really quite impressive that for the first time in my memory, we have synchronicity around the world, and that's what I think is carrying all markets higher. I keep a little index of my own of 10 various stock markets around the world. I've kept it for the last 40 years, and we keep every day making new highs, new highs, new highs. So it's not just here in the United States. It's everywhere around the world. It's really quite
pretty
impressive.
Exciting stuff. Is there anything unique to the United States then? Are you telling me this is just a global phenomenon, everything's going up, or is this really about the economic policy that's different? Because don't forget, during all those times when you were worried about new highs, you were worried, rightly so, because it was the Fed that was helping to create those new highs. And your middle class in America was still really stuck behind. Now we might actually start to see wage growth. We might start to see some inflation, which we could use. And to me, that's a much more positive economic picture and a reason to get excited about markets.
Well, you're seeing things going on. Tax cuts are clearly a benefit. There's no question. You're actually seeing people in France, you're seeing the government in France doing the right things, getting rid of regulations. You may actually see a somewhat more conservative government in Germany. We've got a right-wing government in place now in Australia. Even Canada is looking at its liberal government and wondering why are they behind the pack. So we've got a lot of things going on around the world, but I think here in the United States, the fact that we're cutting regulations and cutting taxes, doing the right things that we hadn't been doing for the previous 8 years, finally putting those into effect, and that is, instead of having a deleterious impact upon the economy, it's having a supportive impact, and earnings are going to be expanding next year rather than contracting. It's impressive. You have to stand there and say this is impressive.
Okay, so all that said, I mean, I agree with you. It goes up until it doesn't, right? At some point, somebody wakes up and says, okay, we think we're overvalued. But I think there's still room because earnings are going to continually look better. And if you've got an economy that's humming along as well, then people are spending more, et cetera. Earnings will get better and better.
Yes.
But we got a very challenging geopolitical situation right now in the way of North Korea. And I had General Keane on the program yesterday. And one of the things he mentioned is that we increasingly need to prepare ourselves for what might soon be a reality. And he's not just talking about the military option. He says if we're in a situation where they are that close to getting a nuclear weapon, we need to be able to pull out all the stops economically. And that means looking at our trade with China. Why are we trading with China if they're supporting North Korea? Why are we trading with Russia if they're supporting North Korea? And then the list goes on and on and on, which could mean you find yourself in just a good old-fashioned trade war, Dennis. Might be the better outcome than some kind of other kind of war. But that said, what does that do to markets?
Let us hope that we don't have a trade war. And if I do have one concern here in the United States is that we may tend to turn towards trade protection in a manner that I would find detrimental. But do I worry at all. Quite honestly, do I worry about what we do with China, and am I concerned about Chinese continuing to support the North Koreans? Actually, the Chinese have no choice but to continue to support the North Koreans. They want to make sure that they have a buffer state between South Korea and the Chinese border. That's not going to go away, and I didn't lose sleep for a long period of time over that problem, and lose even less sleep now that we have a unified Olympic team, which I think is a very great step forward. Do I worry about the fact that the North Koreans have nuclear weapons? Yes. Do I lose a great deal of sleep over it? No, I really don't.
All right. So 26,000. What's the next stop?
Probably 27,000.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it could happen next week, right? I mean, this one happened in a week. We'll see.
When I first got in the business in the early 1970s, when the Dow was at 400, to move 2 points, 3 points, 5 points was exceptional. Now we're moving the entire movement to the Dow back then in one day. Yesterday was really impressive. Indeed. We are indeed melting up, and it's probably going to continue.
I like that. Let it continue. All right, Dennis Gartman, good to see you. We'll see you back here soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Trish. Good to be here.